Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm basically just going to be recapping the 24-hour fast that I recently did. It was a couple of days ago now. I just thought I'd run through some of the things I experienced over the course of the 24 hours. Basically to fast, what I do is I have this app called Zero, which is just basically a fasting timer. It's really helpful. It counts how long you've been fasting for, and then when you end the fast it counts how long you've not been fasting for. So if you're doing like the 16-8 or the 24 intermittent fasting diet, this is a really cool app to have. So I decided to start my fast at around 3:20 in the afternoon that day. Basically I overate at dinner. The total of the dish came to about 900 calories, which is obviously a lot for one meal. I was still under my calorie intake for the day, but I just felt so sick. Like, for some reason, I kind of fell back into old habits and started like forcing the food down, even though I wasn't hungry anymore. And obviously that is not a good thing to do. So yeah, I pretty much made myself feel a bit sick, and I was still feeling sick for maybe about 6 hours after that. I took the initiative as soon as I finished eating and realised that I felt sick. I was just like, I'm just going to do a 24-hour fast. I'm just going to bite the bullet. I know that I can do it now that I feel like this. Started the Zero timer. I think I have a screenshot, so I'll insert that clip there. And it shows you, like what time you started fasting and stuff, and when you can end your fast. So on the screenshot, it says that I could end my fast at 7 AM in the morning, 7 AM I think it was. But obviously that was a 16-hour fast. If you calculate it out, that would have been a 16-hour fast, because I do use that app and it is set to a 16-8 time ratio, because I'm still currently doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting diet. I obviously wanted to do 24 hours, so I kept going until 3:20 the same day. So like I said, I felt sick from overeating, and then as the day went on, maybe about 6 hours later or something, I had to cook. I was just cooking for other people. And the smell of it was really nice. Like, I did actually want to eat. However, I started to feel really weird and like feverish. I don't know why that happened. I don't know if maybe it was the food that I ate. Because I've been eating so healthy recently, like maybe it was a shock to my system or something. I have no clue. As the time went on, I pretty much just like chilled out. I did some uni work, tried to take my mind off it. And I'd say that that is one of my biggest tips if you are going to do a fast, because it's like, if you do it during a time slot where you're awake for most of the time, it's going to be really difficult to keep avoiding food. Whereas if you do it in a time slot where you kind of sleep in for some of it, awake for some of it, it's not going to be as bad, which is exactly what I did. So obviously I did 3:20, and then I do sleep quite early, like 10 o'clock. Getting old before my time. So right before I went to sleep, I did start to get really hungry, just like craving the sweet stuff that I usually crave at night time. So that was kind of hard, but what I did, I just filled up this little water bottle that I have here, and I basically just drank the whole thing and then went to sleep. I pretty much just forced myself to go to sleep, because if I stayed awake any longer, I probably would have caved. I do have a clip from the next morning. I did wake up at around 5 AM, don't ask. And I was still really tired after that, so I did actually go back to sleep, as you will see in the clip. It's currently, oh god, I got hiccups. It's 5:58 in the morning. Alright, that's not working. So it's 5:58 in the morning. I've got the hiccups, which is just brilliant. So I can't eat for like another 9 hours or so yet. So far it's just felt like my normal 16-hour fast. I did feel really weird and lightheaded yesterday, like a few hours after I started it, but I don't think that was to do with like the fasting. I think that might have been to do with like something that I ate beforehand. Like, I was full at that point, so I can't see why it would have been the fasting that has caused it. Basically, I'm like so tired, so probably gonna go back to sleep now. I feel like I might need a coffee or something, but then again I don't want to have one because then it might wake me up. And I don't want to be woken up, because that means that I've got to spend more time awake without food. What I'm going to try and do now is go back to sleep for a good few hours. I'm going to try and really stay in bed late, just to avoid the feeling of hunger, to be more than honest. That is about it for now. I am absolutely knackered, so I'm so sorry I look like a zombie. I sound like a zombie. See you in a few hours. So I managed to hold off then, and when I woke up it was 10 o'clock roughly, I think. I did have a clip of this. If I do still have it, I will insert it on the screen. So this is me so far. But if not, I'll just quickly run through the basis of what I was talking about in the clip. The time was around like 10 AM. I'd just woken up. I was feeling fine. I was not hungry at this point. It was almost like during the sleep I had like passed the point of hunger, so I just was fine. And then I went for a walk to pass even more time, but it was just awful. Like every day I've been going running. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. I am doing the 10,000 steps a day challenge, walking and running. For the most part recently I have actually been running it, so it was really interesting to see then when I went for my run that I couldn't actually run. I've been like really raving about the fact that recently, oh, my health has gone up, my fitness has gone up, blah 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 blah, because I could run for like an hour straight and not stop. And on this day I went for my run, and maybe about 10 minutes in I had to stop. I honestly felt that weak to the point where like I thought if I carried on I was probably gonna like just drop to the floor. So I ended up having to just walk most of the way. I did stop and start. I tried my best to continue running. However, it did not go too great. So on the part where I was going around the park, I just decided that that was enough. I needed to go home, which obviously is evidence for, you know, the side effects and stuff of being in such a low calorie deficit. You know, people say that your body makes you not move. It makes you stop like fidgeting and all that kind of stuff in order to preserve energy. And I always used to think like, well, how does that happen? Because if you want to fidget, you're gonna fidget. Like, just, you know, if you really still want to burn those excess calories, then just do it on purpose if you need to. However, that is what they mean by that, is that your body will literally make you feel like if you move anymore, you're gonna die. So that was how I was feeling. And obviously I went home, so I did a lot less exercise than I normally would on a daily basis. I was just so excited to eat. It reached close to 3:20 and I basically just started heating up my food because I was like, I'm so excited to eat. I had some chicken with some pasta and I thought I'm gonna have a really nice bulky carby meal because of, you know, I've done this 24-hour fast, and you know, at the end of the day it's not a big deal if I eat more calories today than any other day. So I definitely did compensate for the calories that I missed out on. Had that huge bowl of chicken and pasta, which was amazing, and then I had a takeaway. So I got this huge spicy chicken burger with chips and gravy. Girl, it was so nice. I took one bite and I was like, oh my god, like I actually said that out loud because food orgasm. But yeah, that must have just been because I'd gone so long without eating. Overall, the experience wasn't like extremely difficult. I did not particularly enjoy it. However, for the week after that, or the however many days it's been since then, I think it's been about 4 days, since then, I've been enjoying a surplus in calories, which has been really nice. I'm feeling a lot more relaxed about like the food that I'm eating and stuff, and I will post the before and after on the screen as well. But yeah, I've been feeling a lot more relaxed about like my calories and tracking and things like that, because I know that I did the 24-hour fast, so that's like 1,400 calories in the bag already in a deficit for the week, and that's just my BMR, like just without exercise. And obviously I did a run as well, so maybe about 1,700 calories, and obviously you can split those over the rest of the week and add them onto the rest of your weekly intake. So that has been nice, you know, compensating for it all and still being able to lose weight. I think the benefits, if you do research it, they sound amazing, but there are also studies that do contradict the findings from like fasting and stuff, and that say that all the benefits are not true and blah 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 blah. There's always going to be both sides to a story, so just do your research and, you know, you take your own perspective on the situation. I do think that it did help me feel like a lot more lighter. However, I don't think that it is a sustainable way to lose weight. If you want to do it, I'd definitely say the 16-8 fasting style is a lot more like sustainable. I've been doing it now for nearly 3 weeks, and I'm still losing weight from that. So I'd say that's a much better choice if you do want to do fasting. If maybe you overindulge or you have like cheat days or whatever, like massive cheat days, then maybe a 24-hour fast is you know, the way forward, but I am not in any way advising you to do that, because personally I do believe in food is fuel. Food is good for your body. You should be eating all the time. I personally was just interested in the effects of like the weight loss and stuff, and if it made me feel mentally better. I did feel like I got more done in the day. Like I did do a whole assignment in the day, send it off and stuff like that. So I do think that it helped in that respect. In terms of the weight loss, I would say it's definitely helped. And it's kind of made it more maintainable as well, because over the week you can feel like you're eating in a surplus rather than in a deficit. But anyways, that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoy it, because it was so hard to get the courage to actually sit and accept the fact that I wasn't allowed to eat for 24 hours. So if you did enjoy this video and you enjoy the results that I showed, then please do leave it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would muchly appreciate. And also, if you do want to see more content like this, feel free to click any of the videos on the screen. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!